Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, to our installment of Center Stage. Just a brief reminder, if you're not speaking, do keep your mics muted until the end of the session, where after the speech, the talk, we will have actually a question and answer session, and we would appreciate you to unmute yourself and ask questions to benefit from this session. So I think that is all I have for now. And we will now hand the session over to the MC of this evening, distinguished Toastmaster, Sofiana. Over to you, Sofiana.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
So welcome to our Toastmasters Trainers and Coaches Advanced Club Center Stage. Thank you all for tuning in. This is our fourth session. For those of you who are new or visiting Center Stage for the first time, Center Stage is part of the Trainers and Coaches, or TNC, Advanced Toastmasters Club, which is set as a separate platform in order to give our members an opportunity to start speaking or practice to speak professionally. It is an opportunity for members to showcase their speciality or present topics that they are passionate about. It can be anything from experiences to lessons to stories that our members would like to share with us, all important and invaluable takeaways for us all. Without further ado, I'd like to call upon our first master of, I would like to introduce to you our speaker for today. She is Distinguished Toastmaster Chien, an aspiring trainer and coach. Chien will be evaluated by our very own two very experienced Toastmasters, Jai Narayan and Sharmini Narayan. Chien has been a member with Toastmasters for over 23 years, transforming from a timid and shy person to becoming a leader, and now in return, she's also helping others to grow and transform, holding on to her mentor's motto, which is friends help, friends succeed. In today's topic, we'll have the opportunity to learn from every step of her transformation and the transformation of others whom she supports. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to present to you DTM Chien on Center Stage with the topic From Scary Mouse to Assertive Lion. Chien, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Sofiana. Thank you. A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters. As I look back 23 years ago, every day I pass the statue of the lion where I work in HSBC. As the statement goes, as brave as a lion, me, a scary mouse, timid, shy, you couldn't hear me when I speak. Then one day, I was invited to a tea party organized by our Bankers Club. In this party, they introduced Toastmasters. There was a showcase of good speakers from Toastmasters who spoke confidently. Wow, I was amazed to see how well they speak. I said, could I be one of them one day? Then an invitation was given to me to join Toastmasters in the bankers fraternity. And I followed my friends to join in, and I see what will happen. That is how I felt. For the first 6 months, I was so fearful before every Toastmasters club meeting. When I presented my speeches, my voice could not be heard. Then my mentors saw the potential in me that I could be a leader. My mentors helped me to get rid of my fear of the audience by focusing on presenting my speeches. After the 6th speech, I found my voice where my confidence grew. And I completed my competent Toastmasters in 6 months because my mentors wanted me to keep up the momentum to present the speeches so that I will lose the fear of facing the audience, but keep focusing on presenting my speeches in front of them. I was elected the fourth club president in a Bankers Toastmasters club. My confidence progressed, and I picked this motto from my mentor: friends help friends succeed. She was so passionate about Toastmasters. Every time after the Toastmasters Club meeting, the next day she'll call me and ask me, Siew Chien, how did you feel after the meeting yesterday? Did you feel better? And so forth. But I feel so sad. She was so passionate about Toastmasters. She died in an accident while crossing the road to organize a club officers training for Toastmasters. Having been having this motto, I have been emphasizing this motto to my new club members to make them feel that this is a place for them to transform and progress with their self-development. Mentoring is a two-way street. The mentor gets wiser while mentoring, and the mentee gains knowledge through his or her mentor. I got this phrase from Marisol Gonzalez. During my term as a club president, I began to organize a conference to allow my members to hone their skills in public. This will allow my members to become trainers. To organize a successful conference, I need to identify members who can market to companies to attend the conference so that they can get their staff to come. Then seek help from my mentors to draw up the program for the conference and liaise closely with my members who can deliver their roles as trainers for the conference. We have members who are too shy to speak. They spoke with their heads down and their voices was buried. We mentored the Toastmasters to become actors. But first, I was chosen to become a producer for 5 comedy productions. We mentored the Toastmasters to become actors as another platform of public speaking expression. We chose drama comedy. The members did not have acting experience, but had to commit a 3-month hands-on training where we produced a drama comedy. We had one member who was too shy to speak in front of the audience. I assigned the role of a robber in one of the drama comedy productions. He was at first stunned. How can he took this role? But I encouraged and motivated him during the rehearsals. Then he discovered joy and fun in being in character in this role as he saw his other colleagues enjoy their roles as robbers, or they need to achieve their role to rob the bank and fulfill their dreams. After the comedy, this member transformed 360 degrees. His confidence grew, and we could hear him speak with his head up at the Toastmasters Club meeting. He even participated in speech contests. And eventually, he was elected as the club president of the club. He was very appreciative that the club gave him this opportunity that transformed him. And at his workplace, he was promoted to a bank branch manager. We produced our first maiden public drama comedy entitled Funny Money and was played in the Actor Studio in Kuala Lumpur, where it featured various changes in banking in Malaysia. Remember, the public is more critical than in a Toastmasters Club meeting. This comedy attracted 85% attendance. It was so successful that we got invited to present in a dinner show and followed by a repeated performance in Actor Studio in Penang. I managed to persuade the whole club to be part of the cast of the drama comedy. How did an amateur with no acting experience could perform a live stage and entertain the public audience? The secret is the joy and fun they had as a team during rehearsals. Perhaps we can quote Dr. Ralph C. Smedley, who said that we learn in moments of fun. The encouragement given to them during rehearsals, especially when they encounter challenges in the script. The cast were encouraged to think on how to give ideas to improve their acting on the character they had to do. Then they move on with more understanding and overcome the challenges and be in character of the role they are in. That is how their confidence level improved and transformation took place in the individual. How did we coach the members? My mentor would observe the speech presentation of the members. Then I will convince and encourage the members to join the drama committee. The script will be given to every member according to their strength and personality. In fact, the script was written to match their speaking style with the role they were acting. How did the members who did not have acting experience perform on a live stage for public audience? The secret is they enjoy and realize they could handle and be in character. The essence of finding joy and fun in doing their role. While the members participated in the drama comedy productions, they were surprised that they have talent and they were very appreciative for the opportunity given to them. We had members from other Toastmasters Club advising us we cannot hold our comedy productions in Toastmasters Club as it involved financing. We had to open another sister club and we call it as the Spot on Theatre to produce the 4 drama comedy productions. I also discovered in our club installation some members who are not good at speaking but good at singing. I noticed we didn't have to teach the movement, body language, and vocal variety when they sing. Thus, we organized a singing competition to give members another platform to bring out the best in them and incorporate singing elements into public speaking. And also, I organized another tall tale contest, another platform for our members who can spin a yarn of lies and look so real and could entertain the audience. That can provide our members who can think creatively to craft their speeches and entertain the audience. We invite other Toastmasters Club members to be part of the tall tale contest, and this will provide our club members who can compete with others on their creativity and could deliver and could also discover their hidden talents too. Before encouraging the members to participate, I will get our senior Toastmasters to share the tips on preparation of their speech for tall tale contests. When new members join our club, I would encourage them to be part of the EXCO team, starting as committee members. I will emphasize to them every member in the EXCO must be a club president. Transformation and development of oneself will begin when taking the role of club president. When they take the role of club president, I will see that they do not die standing alone, but must check on them and see how they are progressing. Provide the support and encouragement they need. I always tell my new club presidents that I will give them 110 support in their term. The lessons learned in Toastmasters leadership will bode well in their workplace. Why? The issues and problems with people are similar. Every club president has to achieve the present distinguished status, where I emphasize to them as the minimum criteria for a quality club. As my club also have gone through up and down, but the focus of the present distinguished status have been in existence for 23 years. We achieved it for 23 successive years by lending support all the way. I believe to be a good leader, the statement, leadership by example, say what you mean and deliver. Then I can gain the trust from my members while I continue to give them my support. As my confidence grew, my bosses at my workplace noticed my transformation and give me the role of people manager in my workplace. This is where I had a taste of coaching experience. I remember this saying, When you are an executive, you are judged by your performance. When you get promoted to a manager, you are judged by the way you develop your people. And applied this saying even in Toastmasters. In this role, as people manager, I had to manage poor performance where I need to coach them to improve their performance. Managing senior and hard-headed staff are no easy tasks. Not easy to get their buy-in from them. I use persuasion and diplomacy that I learned from Toastmasters. The strategy on how to run a club with volunteers and get the support. I had to choose my words and waited for the moment to discuss with them on their progress. Then move on to discuss with their agreement on their progress, to hold weekly targets and discussions on their progress, motivate and request for their suggestions and ideas to improve the tasks assigned to them. My first candidate was a senior staff who was one of the staff union head who makes lots of mistakes in his work. I had to be careful on how to handle him because any misstep of me to correct him in his work, can give me a grievance letter from the union with the excuse that I harass him. I had to be tactful in managing him till he find that he cannot get the opportunity to serve a grievance notice on me. When there was a transfer to another department, he immediately applied for transfer. This first case, I failed to make him realize his flaws. The reason for my failure is that I did not state to him his flaws, and neither did I discuss with him on his mistakes. On the second case, this staff loved to waste her time on WhatsApp and focus less time on her work, resulting in backlog. For this staff, I did discuss with her to focus on her work and set up agreed timelines to complete her tasks. However, the second case, I did not manage to get her buy-in, and she refused to agree to sign her performance appraisal as the performance improvement program. This case, I realized I did not clarify to her the situation she needs to improve to deliver her tasks on time and implications on her annual performance. On my third case, this staff was consistently late for work and have backlog in her work. I managed to get her buy-in. She agreed on her targets set for her, and she understood why she was placed under the performance improvement program. I managed to successfully steer this staff into a performing employee. From the review of the two cases that I handled, I review my mistakes and did the right things for the third case, clarify on why she was placed under performance improvement program, and also the impact if she continued to be an underperformer. And I set agreed targets with realistic timelines. And recently, I got the opportunity to participate in the mentoring workshop facilitated by distinguished Toastmaster Marinda. Her invaluable tips will further enrich my mentoring skills. And I intend to set a mentorship program for recruitment of members to my club. At the moment, my focus is I have at least two new members where I've started on mentoring them, and there's one that's coming in. But my focus now is to set this mentoring program to target on young club members who are actually in the varsity and they are keen to join Toastmasters so that they can start being confident at their early age before they enter into the job market. As I work for 37 years in HSBC Bank and 23 years as an active member of Toastmasters Club, I am grateful for the opportunities that came along, and I took the challenges. I did not expect I could be transformed to be a confident me. Life is a journey where I'm happy to have met good mentors who have given me their quality time to help me progress. In return, I reach to achieve the distinguished Toastmaster. I believe friends help friends succeed is the motto I hold for my club as I see new club members join our club, to see them grow and progress in their lives and move up onto the corporate ladder. Thank you.
Shall we give a round of applause once again for Siew Chien? Thank you, Siew Chien, for a very inspiring speech. From timid and a scared mouse to an assertive lion indeed. A 360 degrees and there was no looking back. How Siew Chien showed us that in her own, she had used her own journey and enthusiasm to help others to excel, make it fun, that we all should learn in moments of fun. She truly lived up to her mentor's motto, friends help, friends succeed. And thank you once again for the good speech. I would like to now invite the audience if you've got any questions for Siew Chien.
I have a question. I just realized you probably can't see because you've been spotlighted. I'll lower that. My question is, how do you feel after that speech? I liked what your mentor said.
Well, Colleen, actually, this is the actual experience of 23 years in my club. And I felt that I have to share it out to, though I feel sometimes, I feel that this speech when I delivered, I feel that it's still not complete. There's still more to share, but speaking from the heart, that's the essence.
That's right, speaking from the heart. And again, we note your sincerity in your presentation and the sharing that you've given us. Any more questions? We can hear from Audrey, the guest.
I don't have any question, but I like what she said. Like when you're an exec, you're judged by the performance, and when you're a manager, you're judged by people you manage. And I really like that you give a speech and you spoke with your heart. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's right. Yeah. I too didn't realize there was a difference between executive and manager. I've always treated it to be the same thing. Thank you. Anybody with any more questions before we move on to evaluation? We've got room for one more. Heidi, have you got anything to add?
No, I don't have anything to add. I'm just inspired by her story. I'm moved by the patience that she has in, I'm just inspired by her story. That's all I can say.
Yes.
I'll go with
I have
another
one question.
question.
Sorry.
Oh, you've got Manoj, you go.
I have one question to Siew Chien. See, there are some genuine performers in corporates who are pushed aside because of politics, and they feel so helpless. Sometimes it's more about women. They have a lot of potential, but they can't come up because of sometimes it is gender bias, and also some men who are like, very straightforward, honest, hardworking, pushed aside because of corporate politics. What is your opinion about that? How we can come out of that particular phase and become performers without, without getting affected or without, try to come out of that mold of helplessness? From your experience, you must have gone through many cases like that.
Okay, to me is what I felt is okay, we have members who have come through even their corporate life, and they have come. You see, what Toastmasters will do for them is, you see, they may be stressed out, but when they come to Toastmasters, they will come in tired, but when they leave Toastmasters, they will be motivated. Why is that? Because the energy of Toastmasters in a club meeting is always positive. So we actually give them that energy to them, and they go back to the office with a new energy. That's what I felt for, because being a Toastmaster for 23 years, we actually, my club started off with a bankers club, Toastmasters club, and we are also very stressed out. So when we come back, we join the Toastmasters Club meeting, we all coming with one goal, that is come and enjoy the meeting. And after that, to go back into the workplace. So that is my simple advice.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well done, Chien. Any more questions before we move on? I'm always amazed by how Chien actually learned at every stage. For example, when she mentioned about the employees under her, her subordinates, that she tackled each one as a separate case, and how she would learn from how she exercised her leadership skills. To me, that's a very good lesson learned. Okay, if there's no more questions, we'll move on to the third part of this session, which is the evaluations session. And we will have Jai Narayan and Shamini Narayan as our evaluators. We'll start first with Jai Narayan. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Toastmaster DTM Chien, I am so happy that I was here to listen to your center stage speech today, because there was so much to learn from it. What did I thoroughly enjoy and what really stood out for me? Firstly, the intriguing title, From a Timid Mouse to an Assertive Lion. I thought the paradox, the fact that they were so diametrically opposite, was enticing enough to have us all hooked even before you opened your mouth to speak. So I love that. And I couldn't wait to find out who was the timid mouse. I assumed it was you, of course. And what did it take for you to go on to become an assertive lion? And then through your narrative and story, you explained that. So well done on that. I loved it. What again really stood out for me in your speech today was the fact that you exemplified Ralph Chestnut Smedley's, I think, vision that we all learn best in moments of great enjoyment. And you repeated that a few times in your speech. And you also gave us examples, some of which was very entertaining, and quite powerful. I'll just cover that in a minute. But I thought you did that very well, where you told us that, it has to be, all this comes from having fun during learning for us to actually grow. I also love the fact that you said that it took you 6 months. I believe, I'm doing this from memory, by the way, Chien, okay? Being visually impaired, I have no notes. So you said it took you 6 months to actually find your voice and confidence, okay? And I thought that's a great message for all of us to actually continue to hang in there when we're learning something new. And also, even as coaches and trainers, it all comes from experience, is it not? So for you, once you found your voice, you found your confidence, is what you said. And I thought it was great because it tells us the same thing, right? And then one very important message you had was how you identified the strengths and weaknesses, I believe it was, in members you chose for the drama and for that performance conference. And I think that's a very, very important thing, isn't it? To identify what everybody is good at and get them to become better at that. And at the same time, identify what someone's weaknesses could be and get them to start working on that. The example I believe you gave was about how there was a play which required someone to be a robber. And this guy was so timid and shy. And then he started enjoying that role, and he couldn't believe himself that I could actually play that with so much enthusiasm and gusto. So it all comes from identifying people's strengths, as you mentioned. Well done. So what did I like about it? Well, I like the fact that you told us it takes time to build confidence. I like the fact that you always emphasized that we need to have fun in learning and enjoyment, and you identify strengths and weaknesses of your team. There are just two small minor areas of correction I may suggest for you. And it could be important, Siew Chien. You keep telling 360 degrees. I think 360 degrees brings you back to square one. It should be 180 degrees, because it could be a small little simple error like that. Great. When we become totally different and opposite of what we are 180, not 360, right? And finally, you said to speak like leaders, because leaders mean what they say. You could have added, they also say what they mean. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed it. You're a fantastic speaker, very entertaining. I'm sorry I can't go into too much details because I don't have notes, and so I'll hand it back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jai, for the evaluation. We'll now move on to Sharmini for the second evaluation.
Thank you, Sophiana. Siew Chien, what you did was you showed that when there's a will, there's a way. And how did you do that? You showed the contrast. I mean, when you were in charge, when you took up that leadership role in Toastmasters, you showed what you could do if you only thought creatively of how to run meetings and how to inspire the members to do better. With that formation of the drama comedy court. I mean, I've never heard something like this before. And it wasn't easy. I mean, you had to put in a lot of effort to, as Jay had said, to identify the strengths and weaknesses and to leverage on the strengths and also build up so that they could overcome their weaknesses. So very well done. And you not only did it with your own personal story, you also gave an example of a member who was really, really scared to speak, and how later, after going through this whole process of drama comedy court, he also benefited, not just personally, but also in his profession where he got that promotion. Wonderfully done about the contrast that you showed. Now, the other thing that you did very well was also another creative element. You didn't just stop there, you started incorporating singing. Yeah. And then you went on to tall tales. I mean, there was no stopping you, you know, you just went on and on. And many of us, like I've been in Toastmasters for 8 years and I've gone a little bit jaded, so to speak. But you didn't. You 23 years in Toastmasters and you got better and stronger. And that's amazing and inspiring to many of us over here. Yeah, I also like the energy. And as someone said, and as you said, you spoke from the heart and we could really see that. So very well done on that. Now, a few areas that, as this is about professionally speaking, the first thing I would ask you was, who were you targeting this speech for? I wasn't so clear about that because sometimes it seems like we were inviting people from outside of Toastmasters, so you would be having to target this to those outside of Toastmasters, the general public as well as Toastmasters. So you got to be a bit clear about who you were addressing, because it seemed that you were only addressing Toastmasters towards the end. Yes. The second thing is now engaging with the audience. This is a long speech. I did not see you engage with the audience in any way, because I heard someone telling me, a professional speaker, that every 7 minutes you've got to have a disruption, right? And in Toastmasters, sometimes it's even shorter. So you got to at least ask them questions, ask them to write in the chat box with something, you know, you ask them a question, what did you think, what did your club do, or something like that, or a yes and no question, so that they engage with the audience. So this was missing because this is about professionally speaking. So that was missing as well. Now I come to the way you addressed, that is, you had to look to the camera and you did not actually look into the camera. So basically from the beginning to the end, you did not have perfect eye contact with your audience. I'm also making that mistake. I was making that mistake now I'm looking. So I would encourage you to be very cautious about these little things that could make a big difference. Overall, I loved your enthusiasm. I think you are a role model in Toastmasters, and well done. Back to you.
Thank you, Jai and Shamini, for your most enjoyable evaluations. And I'm sure we will all learn, not just Siew Chien, but we'll all learn from this. Has anybody else got anything to share? If not, we will have a photo session now, and it will be taken by Maylin. Okay, so if we can get ourselves ready.
All right, can everyone turn on your video if you're there? Okay, one pose coming up right. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Right, shall we do another one? Just give me a moment. Right, if you want to do something funny, you can, but I'm taking the photo, so I won't. All right, everyone, 3, 2, 1. All right, thank you. Right, back to you, Sofiana, to close the session.
Thank you. Thank you once again to our audience, to our speaker, and to our evaluators for a very fruitful session. With that, the meeting is now adjourned.
Great.
Okay.
Great job.
Right, our next session for Center Stage will be on the 25th of March. So in 2 weeks' time. So Audrey, do join us if you are available. We look forward to having you again.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
So earlier you said you form part of another club, Advanced.
We are all members of a club called Trainers and Coaches Advanced Toastmasters Club. It is in District 87. So this is part of our initiative actually to hone our skills. We are trainers as well as coaches and also aspiring trainers and coaches. So for this session called Center Stage, we actually, each one of us would share part of our knowledge, our journey, our experience, or any kind of training knowledge that we have and we would like to highlight.
Okay.
Right? So we look forward to having you joining us again.
DTM Siew Chien?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi.
Yes.
Yeah, just quickly, I know I'm repeating this, but did that make some sense about the 360 degrees you mentioned? Is that all right?
Oh, that's actually what should I say? To me, is what we classify it as the person changed totally. That's how to describe.
Yeah.
But
So when it
I will take
Yeah.
your comments.
Yeah.
I will take your comments also in
When he
future.
changes, he comes. I'm sorry, I interrupted. When we say he changed 360 degrees, he came back full circle to where he was and started again, right? So usually the total change is 180 degrees, the exact opposite. Yeah.
Okay, noted.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry, but great speech, though, loved it. And very poignant, especially the part you mentioned about your mentor. I didn't mention it in that accent. I'm sorry to hear that, but I could feel your emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was very passionate.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
very sad.
Yeah. You spoke from your heart. I really liked it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
One
Thank you.
important thing we couldn't, because it's only a 3-minute
I
evaluation.
know, so short.
So it's a bit difficult for us to evaluate. One important thing is, Siew Chien, to remember less is more. You have a lot of knowledge to share, but when you're given a certain time limit, incorporating the audience engagement as well, you need to share less.
Yeah.
So that,
Okay.
that will help
It
you
becomes more powerful, yeah.
pace your speech better.
Noted. Noted. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much.
Our
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Okay, now it's free session. Anyone can say anything. If they have anything to share. We learned a lot today, and knowing Siew Chien, I think Siew Chien has always been very calm and composed. So for this 20 minutes, I think I see parts of the real Siew Chien coming up, the more emotional part.
Yeah. She spoke from her heart.
Thank
yeah.
you.
But as Shyam said, you know, there's a phrase we have in English for all of us, me included, a wealth of information creates a poverty of attention.
Oh, well said. Well
Yeah,
said.
very
It's-
important.
Yes.
So we
Actually, when I prepared this speech, right, my 23 years, I felt I got a lot to share, but
Yeah.
I don't know how. I still do not know how. I know that what Shamini was saying is right, because I was having a dilemma on how I'm going to, to compact the speech, but I
Yeah.
still cannot find that to go and get it.
You could have
There
done it in
is,
2 parts. Yeah.
There is one challenge we find doing icebreaker speech now after many years.
Yeah.
Doing it in 4 to 6 minutes is very tough.
Yeah, that's right. It's true. I was actually struggling to want to give a lot, but how am I going to struggle? That was my challenge.
Yeah.
Kaylin, would you like to say anything? Because you're very experienced. We'd like to hear from you.
Yes. Wait.
Okay. So no, because I did not take any notes down to give feedback. I actually allowed myself to fully enjoy the moment today. So I did, if I go back, I did enjoy the stories. I've been listening to the feedback that's been given and 100% support all of that. But yeah, I took the moment to actually truly be an audience member for a change.
All right.
Thank you. I also will appreciate, Kaylin, if you give me a word or two. I also will really, really appreciate. Thank you, because though I have experience, but nevertheless, it is a learning journey, because once you learn, you will share it out to others so that they will also be able to quantum leap the journey of progress for their lives to make this a better world.
Siew Chien, I have a quick question related to your program. Do you have a video recording of Funny Money?
Yes, we have.
Wow.
We have. I have. All
This was-
our productions are we have a video.
Okay, so this was presented in English, is it? What language was it?
English.
Bahasa?
It's all in English.
Okay. Is this something on public domain? Somewhere we can watch? We can.
I have not put it on public domain, but all is captured in video.
Okay.
I think there is one in Facebook that we tried a snapshot of this public what's that, Funny Money.
Yeah, Funny Money.
Let me try how I can share this with you.
That'd be good.
Yeah, because I was impressed. Yeah. That's amazing. I think you produced it and you presented it in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, right?
Yes, that's right. In Actor Studio.
Right.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
They don't just take anybody for Actor Studio.
Because you see, we have a member, he was so passionate about drama. So then we were saying that how could we share this with our club members? Because we have some who are strong, some we are the weak ones. So how do we get them all to come in and be in the comedy? Because why we choose drama comedy and not the other dramas with so much of fear, tear and sadness? No, because comedy brings out a person and is fun and joy, and you never know what's hidden inside you. So when you are part of it, you can make people laugh about you being silly for once, and then you said, yes, I have that talent. So we have been, you see, when I have been doing the 5 comedy productions, I could see members really transform.
Yeah.
From acting. Faster is actually a fast track for their progress. And most of them, they come and join us. Once they finish a comedy production, they go back into the corporate ladder.
Great.
Where you were based, which place in HSBC?
Come again?
Which place you were based? Your office?
Kuala Lumpur.
KL, okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, I will try and share with you our first maiden comedy. drama, the funny money. Yes, I will share. I will try and see whether I can put it up
Yeah.
for for you all to view.
This is one thing for Siew Chien, also Manoj, who said that it's very hard to do the icebreaker because there's so much to share. There's this quote, Rory Vaden, he was someone who got runners-up in the World Championship some years back. And he told us at the 2014 convention, the average speaker takes a 900-word speech and compresses it into 7 minutes.
Wow.
The good speaker takes a 4.5-minute speech and delivers it in 7 minutes.
Wow, fantastic.
That give you an idea.
Oh, I don't think I can make it. It'll be tough.
It takes, yeah, I know, a little bit of practice. Yeah, it's always more effective to expand than to compress.
Yeah, but you must also know how to compress and make it more meaningful. That is my challenge.
Yeah, therefore it's easier to expand. So have less content, but spend more time explaining it than having more content and compressing it.
Yeah. So you see, you don't have one speech, Siew Chien. You have 3 speeches.
Yeah.
You divide all the material you have into 3 speeches, not one speech.
Oh, okay. Okay, good idea.
One thing that came out of what you said today was being funny is serious business.
Yes.
It's not easy. So
Yes.
yeah, it brings
But
out
the tall tale contest is even more challenging than humorous speech contest.
Yep.
Yeah.
You have to be believable, right?
Yeah, that is more challenging. And that is the one that we organize to give our members and other club members also come in to enjoy the platform.
Yep.
Was actually very interesting. I felt that the tall tale contest is much more interesting than humorous speech contest.
Hats off to you, Siew Chien. 23 years, did you say? Toastmasters, 23 years?
Yes, November
Wow.
1997.
Wow, amazing.
Did you erect a statue, a Toastmaster statue for you?
In 2 years,
But
you'll be
most part in the corporate club, HSBC, right?
Yes, we were actually started off with a corporate club. It's actually a bankers club. But then after that, when our director left, we have a new director. He doesn't see the light of having Toastmasters Club in the bankers fraternity. So that's how we move on into a community club. From Institute of Bank Malaysia Toastmasters Club, we move into Speaker's Dream Toastmasters Club.
Oh, you're part of Speaker's Dream.
Oh.
All right, cool.
Yes.
Yep. Isn't Speaker Logi also in Speaker's Dream?
Yes, he's my mentor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right. For
And
those
he is the one that is the director for the drama comedy.
now we know.
So I'm the
Logendran,
one,
right? Logendran.
Yeah, it's a
yes,
stand-up
Logendran.
Yeah, I know
And
him,
I'm
yeah.
the one who set the space for the rehearsals and so that they all can participate and then and watch them, motivate them so that they will go in, be live on stage.
Okay, for those who don't know, the person we talked about, Logi, is was actually a runner-up in the World Championships.
Yes, that's right. The first Malaysian
Yeah.
to achieve the world title.
Yep. So cool. Anyway, guys, we're going to move. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Wait, guys. One final word. I realize that we are so much more natural now that we are not, we are out of the formality of center stage. So perhaps it's something to do with that seriousness, and if we can just break that energy of being serious and being stiff, it would be very good. But anyways, I think as we go along, we should take that. I think everyone, myself included, I've been feeling it was very, I've taken it too seriously, I think. But great evaluations this evening. And one good news, I think Audrey was impressed because she asked to attend our meeting for the next one.
Oh,
great.
DM me, yes.
Fantastic.
So,
Fantastic.
so well done, everyone. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks.
Okay, so
Thank you so
that's
much.
it. I think
Thank you all. For
next
feeling
one.
it is
Bye,
very late,
everyone.
right?
Yeah.
Bye.
Good night.
Thanks,
Night.
everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.